Good evening and welcome to the February 3rd meeting of the Waterboro Town Council. Everybody rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, welcome. We have no public hearings this evening. Any announcements from the board? Dwayne, anything?
I got nothing.
Dave?
I do not, thank you.
Gary?
Nothing today.
Library book sale, February 7th.
Okay.
And check the new hours as well.
Any additions or deletions to the agenda? We have two appointments. We'd like to introduce Jason Seveny, our new CEO. So welcome.
Good.
Come on up. You'll be back.
Yeah, I know. Not my first time in front of, we had selectmen, so, council members, but Matt was having trouble filling his agenda, so he asked me to come in.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, so I'm Jason. I'm sure I'll meet you guys, one-on-one at some time, and I'll have some conversations.
Cool.
Okay,
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
thank you.
Appreciate it.
I thought you had a presentation
Thank you.
that was like 10 minutes.
I told you it was a 30-second PowerPoint.
Appointment number B is Laura Fish and Amber St. Hours. Second quarter budget review.
All right, I'm gonna try to not read the whole thing this time. And I am a little under the weather, so if something doesn't make sense, please ask me to, go over it, because like I said, my head's not in the game today. So last quarter we talked about the solar farms, homestead, veteran, bedding, and tree growth. We had not yet received all of those funds. As of today, we have. I just want to remind everyone that even though we have projected amounts, that does not mean we're going to receive all the funds, because they like to split it up between the fiscal years. We talked about that with the homestead, and they're doing that with the solar. We actually won't see that until August or through December of '26. So we'll look a little under, but it's not. That's just how the state is. But on a good note, our investment income is up. When I put this together for you guys, I only had up through December. We now have January's interest, so as of today, we've collected $103,396 for the general fund. For public safety and EMS, we've collected $23,014, so we're already above the projected revenue for our investment income. Little sidetrack, the bank has let me know that they may go down 5.25% for our investment income. We've asked them if they can hold it, so they're going to try to hold it as long as they can, but so I'm not sure when that's going to change.
What is it now?
3.5. So it's not a huge drop, but it's still a drop.
Is that typical that they want to drop it?
Yeah,
And-
it just depends on.
Bull market.
Well, the Fed is holding, right, but they've cut it 3 quarters in a row, so.
Yeah.
Cable TV, we did receive the second quarter payment, so that's looking good. Motor vehicle excise, I have some figures on there for you to look at. Overall, collections are up, we're at $47,000 from last year at this time. In revenue sharing, we've currently received $672,000. And contracted services, I know last time with legal expenses, we looked like we were expending too much, but that was again because of Public Works. We had a few other things going on, but we have leveled out when we are at 50%. Is exactly where we want to be. We're exactly on track with that.
So let's go back to dog licenses.
Oh, yeah.
Evidently, we've got very, very few dogs in the town anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
So a little thing with the dogs, we won't see a true number probably for another month or two, because now that they do them online and the state changed their system, they now are going to send us a check.
Okay.
So we won't know for another month or two what the actual number is.
All right.
But we have had that conversation about sending reminder cards between,
And
both Wade.
Kim just ordered some.
Excuse me.
Leases, the salt shed, loader backhoe, the fire department, extrication tools, and Department of Public Works chipper were all paid off this year. So basically, the only things we have left are our leases, like our printers that we pay monthly. So all the big stuff has already been paid for. Overall insurance looks great. And then tax clerk, tax collector, treasurer, and ID department, everybody's on point. I did make a little note in there regarding tax revenue, and I even have in the back, there's a page that shows the GL accounts and what we've collected through December. It's through December because once a month I go through to make sure that the actual payments that were recorded match Trio. That's something that I've been working on. I know that was a little bit of a issue with making sure that the accounts were correct. So they are all up to date. And you will see on the balance net part, there's a few that are crossed out. Audit is going to be working with me to clear those out. Those shouldn't be there. None of those figures should be there. That's something that happened a few years ago, and they've just been carrying forward.
Those are gonna be zeroed out?
Those would be zeroed out, yep. That, it looks like what happened when we were, we weren't web-based before I started.
SQL.
Yep,
Yeah.
so when it became web, it looks like something happened and there was an issue. So they're gonna help me get rid of those. But you can see that we've collected just over 50% of taxes for fiscal year '26, so we're right on track. And then Heidi and I have been following up on delinquent accounts. We've been sending out postcards, finding new addresses for folks. Just last week, we had 3 big payments come through that we did not think were gonna come through to avoid foreclosure, or we're issuing quick claims. Like there's one tonight on that we didn't think would get paid, so I think that we're doing a good job with that. Going over to municipal buildings. I know we talked about this last time. This section has a lot of carry forward accounts. Matt, I don't know if you want to talk about this now with audit, with how they want to decrease the amount of carry forwards.
So, in GIST, we've had a lot of conversations with the accountants during the audit process this year. And moving forward, we talked to the budget committee, the budget process, that this year we'll have, over the next couple of years, we're going to see if we can stop migrating away from a lot of the carry forwards, rather than keep building them up. Because we're tying up almost 1.5 million in the fund balance is tied up for carry forward. So obviously CIP is one to keep, but we've been carrying the emergency funds, the traffic lights. Rather than carrying those funds in that fiscal year, we'll budget those dollars versus having carry forwards, because the carry forwards are committing those funds from prior years, and they're just adding up. So we need to start cleaning those up. We'll propose a few of the carry forwards this year, but we've also, to do that this year to help clean them up, we've reduced the budget amounts for building repairs. I think for one, we put a smaller amount of the budget. We'll carry that one, but then next year that will kind of go away next year. But, so. It'll make things a lot easier for accounting and for.
Oh yeah, and for true figures. Like sometimes we look at things and we think, well, why are we expending? It's like, well, we had X amount of dollars of carry forward, so it doesn't look like we've spent a lot or vice versa.
And potentially moving forward, we're not looking at this year, but even potentially the following year, separating CIP funds from the general ledger that we've got and keeping it in a separate account. So
Right.
it's earmarked for.
Right, so we don't have to do an actual carry forward.
Correct.
Yep. Tax assessing, right on track, no changes. Code enforcement, again, same with them, no changes, they're right on track. Library, they are on spot, but in case you've looked over at their phone section, it is going to go over. Their line changed halfway through the year, so it wasn't properly budgeted, but we have corrected that for this coming fiscal year. Going over to rec, I was talking with Todd to see how he felt about his revenues. Activity is starting to increase just within the last 2 days. A lot of their camp revenues are coming in, so a lot of folks are starting to prepay for that. He doesn't see an issue meeting his revenues. And I know we talked about the rec program salaries last time. I had compared it to last year, so just a reminder that it will look as if we've expended quite a bit, but that's perfectly normal for this year. Planning board, right on track, no changes. Planning department, as we all know, we have town planner. That was a carry forward, so this is not going to impact the budget. We had already had money aside for that.
And just to add, for the planning section, that is one that we're using carry forwards that will be cleaned up, but then next year we've included that balance into the budget for next year.
On to public safety for their billing. Again, we talked about this last time. It's primarily driven by individuals requiring medical transportation, but the revenue looks great. We're definitely gonna hit our projected revenue for that. Expenses are on track this quarter. And as you can see with the ambulance subscription, we only need $45, and we will have hit that projection. Going over to Ross Corner, we finally received that bill in January, so that has been paid out. And transfer station revenue, looking fantastic. I have a few numbers there just to give you an update, and then it's really small, I apologize, but I like to fit all the columns on one page. So in the back, you'll see transfer station at the bottom. You'll see a comparison over the past 3 years. And for transfer station expenses are right on track. I am monitoring a few accounts. Obviously with the market, prices are going to increase. There's nothing we can do about that. I gave an example of one line that, just to show, like the free online only has $284 remaining for the rest of the fiscal year. So we'll just continue to monitor them, but unfortunately there's nothing we can do if he goes over budget. Public Works, we had not received is it URIP, how do they, URIP?
What does that stand for?
Urban, rural, Urban Roads Initiative Program, I believe is what it is. Or it's also local, I
But
think
yes,
the other
local
was
road, yeah, it used to be.
LRAP, or
LRAP,
Local Roads
yeah.
Assistance
Okay.
Program.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
We had not received that payment last quarter. We finally received that, and we got over the projected amount, but that was due, we had projected amount, it wasn't available when we were doing the budget. So we got more than what we thought. Expenses right on track. General assistant, expense and revenues are looking great. CIP, just like my note says, not to sound like a broken record, but these accounts need to continue to grow for those important projects. I did put down some projects that have been completed since our last meeting. on to Sheriff Patrol. When I had made this, we had not received the second quarter, we received that today. So, after it gets paid this week, the balance in that account is $112,000.
What was the payment today?
$47,500.
Oh, right there. Duh. So it went up 7,000 from the first one?
It did, yeah.
Do we have an actual number? What would it be if they actually worked 80 hours a week for a month?
I don't have that.
Because it's never happened,
True,
right?
that is true.
Correct.
Okay.
And then, yeah, just to wrap it up, overall expenses are tracking as expected with 56% being expended to date, so we're on a track. And I've given you some figures to show what we projected for revenue and what we've currently collected. By end of year, I expect that to be collected and then some. Are there any questions?
That's quite a report.
Thank you again.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. Almost understand it.
So we had $307,000 in uncollected taxes. I'm assuming that that's all flipped over to liens?
Yes, yep. So if you look at that GL account that I gave you, the like
Yep.
this, you'll see on the left-hand side, the ones that are liens, and then you'll see the ones that TA are the tax acquired.
Okay. Good.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
I'm surprised that our collection of taxes is significantly higher than it used to be.
Don't go easy on the little questions, guys.
I'll explain it. It was actually something like Wayne said. Even I can understand it. So that's good.
High school was the best 6 years of his life, high school.
And
Hey,
if
come
there's
on.
anything for next quarter, if you would like me to touch upon it, just send me an email and I can add it.
All right,
There's a few of us that did go 6 years over at high school. Only 2 classes, but
thanks Amber and Laura. So, this is a good update.
Yes, very nice to know.
Okay, reports and staff initiatives, councilor reports, John, anything?
No.
Gary?
Just the Old Home Days Committee is gonna be meeting in a couple of weeks, but it'll be after our next meeting. I'll look up the date.
Okay. David? Dwayne?
I have nothing tonight.
Okay. Off to, town manager.
Just a few things for you. If you have a moment, Public Works Garage, the building's being erected, so if you want to take a look. We continue with the weekly meetings regarding the building. We have a meeting tomorrow. As you know, the Budget Committee has meeting over the last 2 months. We'll get the proposed budget uploaded and posted in your folder for you, but you also have a hard copy that I passed out tonight. We greatly appreciate the work that the Budget Committee helped us with in crafting this. And hopefully we can add it to the next agenda if you're okay with that for discussion. Jason has reported that Electric Light has replaced the controller at Route 202 and 5 Hannaford intersection. The controller was bad. It was just under $6,000 to repair that. We had been hoping to get through until the state was replacing the traffic signals, but obviously we couldn't wait that long.
Was that just done today?
This morning.
Yeah.
No. And again, the state has a program, they're doing all the traffic light signal upgrades. So we were hoping that we were on that before we had to spend money to replace the
Do
controller.
they control the lighting at those intersections too? I've noticed that throughout different towns, they've changed the lighting at intersections. They're going to a different kind of light, like at 5 and 35. I don't know if anybody's noticed at night, it's completely different light. it's more like a bluish hue to it. It's not that in your face bright,
I'm gonna say, don't shine out of the intersection.
probably, yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's,
I do not know, we can investigate though.
yeah.
And you probably all know it, because I think I've talked to you at least one point. Michaela and I did meet with MDOT last Tuesday regarding the development behind Dunkin' Donuts Plaza. That's gonna have the Tractor Supply. I'm very appreciative of the Senator Harrington, Representative Woodsum, and Representative Eder for facilitating and helping us with the meeting with MDOT. But we got to the meeting, we laid out our plans, and essentially, we thought that the request that MDOT had for a sidewalk all the way to the intersection was unreasonable for this developer, given the fact that they've already met their obligations for the sidewalk in front of the business they had. He will be extending the sidewalk from where it ends now to the westerly entrance of Hannaford, so it's a little over, I think it's right around 100 feet, a little over 100 feet. So that sidewalk will be extended there. I did send a message out to you folks as well, but for the public, a suggestion for your annual report is potentially James Earl III. Obviously, was a lifelong resident in Waterboro, and I was a local business owner owning and operating Jim's Getty for years. Laura Fish has communicated with Ron Smith. If you're all set with it, we'll add that to the agenda for February 17th for the audit presentation at this point. And we still have a pending open position at the transfer station for the trash hauling truck. And I would suspect within the next couple of weeks, we'll work on talking with Jason and getting that posted. We felt for the winter months, the Public Works crew was able to fill that role.
I will say that I've had 2 or 3 people, at least 2, ask about that job, so I think there is some interest out there.
Yeah, I think we already have some apps too.
Yeah.
Jason had.
Just the one.
Is it one? I think he's had some inquiries too, but, so.
Matt,
Yes.
on,
Yesterday, I was coming from Scarborough and met both trucks.
They were both hauling yesterday?
with our new contract with the sheriff's office, which says they're gonna own the cars, how is that gonna happen? Are they buying the cars that we have?
So, that won't happen until these cars are replaced.
Oh,
So we'll probably plan for that, and I believe in the next, at least one of them in the next budget year, not this coming up. So we'll run them the way it is.
okay,
And then when that happens, York County will purchase the cruiser,
okay,
and essentially it'll be divided out over 36 months,
Okay.
or 3 years.
yeah,
I have rough numbers, I think it's approximately about $15,000 per year per car,
mhm.
roughly, with the upfit.
Anything
Yeah,
else?
I'm good, thank you, sorry.
Good. Let's go into new business. Discuss vote to approve the renewal of liquor license for El Tequila Restaurant.
So moved.
Second.
I will comment that I'm just very happy that we waited a week, just rather than slide it on the new business the last meeting we had.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Discuss vote to sign the quick claim deed for map 14, lot 040 O&H.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? All right. Discuss vote, a possible vote regarding public access participation. I'll toss it over to you.
Okay, so during our budget process this year, and then having a conversation with our IT manager, Dave Lowe, one of our items that we've spent money on for several years is obviously the local cable channel, or the local access channel. Currently, we broadcast the council meetings and planning board meetings live, which is 48 meetings a year. The budget this year, I sent a document out for you guys to review, but the budget amount for fiscal year 27 would be $42,560. Since FY '23, that's we've gone up over 21%. And so, in looking at the number of people that are actually subscribers, and which we're hovering around 1,000 thereabouts of people on cable versus satellite or other streaming services that they can't see at home, in my opinion, based on the 48 meetings, which is approximately $866 per meeting, is what it's costing us for this local access channel. David had come and said we needed to upgrade the cameras and the microphones so that we wouldn't have all this in the room. My suggestion was that we look at it and then, based on that, just go to a streaming platform like a lot of the communities are. We're probably actually going to have the same number of people watching. We're still going to be able to reach everybody. They can see it on the YouTube or any other social media networks, but it wouldn't necessarily be on the cable channel, which a lot of people do not have access to now. Again, the equipment that we're looking to upgrade is that we can stream with it, you can still record it, we'll have it available, but it's not $43,000. So you can see that, just as it's for history, you can see in the document I sent you, the cable franchise revenue analysis in FY '23, just an example. We had $84,807 in revenue from cable franchise. Now we're down to a projected $72,000. And maybe a little less, and I would suspect we're going to continue to see that decline as we have less providers.
My guess is that with Peacock and Paramount and
It's all streaming.
all streaming, right? And so that's gotta be affecting Spectrum.
And we have created so Michaela has created an Instagram account as well now, so we're gonna start having an Instagram presence. Obviously, you're gonna see more postings on our social media through Facebook page. You'll see some coming obviously from planning. It won't all be planning, but we can still deliver the same information to the different channels we have. It's just obviously not through the cable access channel, which quite frankly is not as relevant as today as it used to be. I would say 20 years ago or so, it was far more relevant.
Oh, yeah.
With about 1,000 subscribers on cable, and it continues to decrease, it's not the same as what it used to be.
Mhm.
So my suggestion is that we move away from that in our budget process, that's $43,000 we can.
You need a motion on that, Dennis, or what do you wanna do?
Well, it's in the budget committee? The budget committee
So-
vote on it?
They did, because we hadn't had this meeting yet.
Okay.
So that was a conversation, we talked about briefly at the last meeting, only because we hadn't had a direction from you guys yet, and to get your opinion.
I would think that we would wait until we go through this budget with the budget committee and then make that decision at that point.
I agree with that. There's no rush to make
Yeah, I
that
was gonna
decision
say,
right
we're
now
not,
until we
we're
see some
not,
final numbers.
There's no contract,
against the
right?
wall to do it.
Okay,
No, it's an annual fee,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
So,
I think it makes complete sense, though.
yep.
it does. It does.
It's a no-brainer at this point.
Yeah.
But,
That's a great idea.
and I think you're gonna see that, communication thing over there on the Hollis Plains just disappear eventually, because,
So, so right now, we're pretty much paid up until end of June, right?
Dave?
Or what?
We're paid through June, correct? With that fee? I'm assuming it's, but essentially within fiscal year budgets.
Okay.
I would agree with what Dwayne
Yeah.
had mentioned, that we just hold off until the budget
Yeah.
cycle goes through.
Yeah.
Yep, makes sense.
Okay, whole business, discuss possible vote for town report dedication.
make a motion that Jim Earl III be, we dedicate that to Jim Earl III.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay. Done.
I will say he's a man that never left the area over there,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he helped a lot of people.
and so did his father.
His, I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, his
Yeah.
dad was the same.
Yeah.
And his-
He
carried
followed
on.
his father's
grandfather.
footsteps, yeah.
Yeah.
And
How
the
did I
same
know
thing-
that?
Yeah.
Same thing with his grandfather,
Yeah.
you know. Grandfather did a lot of plumbing,
Yep.
closed a lot of camps down on us.
Oh, there, yeah.
Okay, other discuss vote to accept the minutes of the January 20th meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed?
I was not here.
Okay. Pending decisions, you're all set. Week's action list, discussion of agenda items. If you wanna have something on the agenda, let me know. Items needing signatures, quitclaim deed, for map 14 lot 40 O through H. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Thank you.